Hello everybody, my name is KingStix and today I have a coaching video. It's going to be a little bit different than usual because this is actually a team review coaching video, and let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I'm actually going to be coaching this team right here, blue side, and the first thing I want to talk about is your guys' composition. The Lulu and Kog'Maw alone should win the game for you. It's really strong as long as they don't try to frontline. Jarvan is always a great pick whenever the enemy ADC has no mobility. Warwick is just good in general, assuming you know how to play him. And then whenever you look at the enemy team, you have to think, how are they going to win a team fight? The only way they can win a team fight if Bard hits 3 or more of you in his ult, and then they immediately combo it into Varus and Xayah ult. That's pretty much the only way they could win. Or like Bard ults and then Gnar ults, or Gnar ults and then they all just combo in. So as long as you guys play it right and you properly use your ult on Gnar or Rengar whenever they try to jump in, you should win this pretty easily. As long as you guys defend Kog'Maw, this will be extremely free. So at the very beginning of the game, there's really no point of J4 being up here. He can't really do anything to Gnar since Gnar is ranged. Only way he can win a trade right now is if Gnar face checks the bush. That's the only way. Ideally, he should be over here watching out for invade. And since you're over here, if they're going to invade this side, you would see it as well. Galio should have been in this bush over here, just in case they were going to invade this. You guys wouldn't really want to stack because their level 1's pretty ridiculous with the double Bard stun, the Xayah snare, and this very scary. Kog'Maw and Lulu really shouldn't be here right now. Since you guys have zero vision over this opening, if they ran this route here, went around, Kog would be dead, or if they went through here, they might get a kill. But if Lulu wants to stay and help keep watch, she needs to wait in this bush. That way, if they do a long engage, when Lulu's right here, she'll be able to see them and just run away, and then Kog'Maw will know and he can run away. But what Lulu's doing right here is adding no vision, since Kog'Maw can already see this path anyway. So Lulu needs to make better use of herself, either use her ward or use her body properly. All right, let's see how your invade goes. And since you are working with your team, I would highly suggest Galio to step up a little bit further, especially around 120, 130. That way he knows he won't get killed because people will be busy trying to set up their leash. So if Galio were to come up here at 130, it would pull Bard in and hold him right here. Instead, what happens is you go in for this. Galio is applying absolutely zero pressure. Bard walks over here. Very unfortunate for you. You're going to have to back off at this point and just go do your blue buff. Okay, so that sucks for you. Not much Jarvan can really do right now. He can't really poke Gnar down. I guess Gnar doesn't actually have items. That's like really shocking. Jarvan could actually start with his shield if Gnar was to be poking him down, but the Doran shield, it should give him enough sustain, and since Gnar doesn't have items, he's fine. Right now, what Galio should be doing is just trying to shove lane as hard as he can. That way when Bard's level 3, he won't be able to roam very well with his portal. As long as Galio keeps Bard shoved in, Bard won't be able to roam. It'll give your team a huge advantage. And then once Galio's level 6, he can just go and ult a lane. Since you guys know they leashed, you can assume that Rengar did blue and he's going to work his way up to his red buff. So your bot lane's fine with pushing. It doesn't matter too much. You did your Gromp. That's fine. Go straight down to your red. Yep. There's actually not much for you to gank right now. I would say after red buff, you have two options. Since you know Rengar started here, he's most likely going to gank top or mid. So if you want to live on the wild side, you could actually come use this plant and solo this dragon. It's a little risky because if Rengar comes over here and then walks all the way down, you'll be in trouble. But the reason why I highly suggest it is, look, Galio is shoved, so most likely Bard can't leave lane and they don't have any vision over here. Your bot lane's shoving, so they don't have any vision over here. So doing dragon would actually be somewhat safe right now. I would highly recommend it, since you can't really gank anything since they're all shoved in. The only thing you can really gank is Gnar, but that's a long walk up to top lane. Galio and bot lane just need to keep focused on shoving and getting as much vision as they can. For example, now that he's shoved it, Galio should walk over here and ward this. Warding this bush is pretty useless because they could still walk from here and go all the way around. Look at that. You see how garbage this ward is? If Rengar just walks around, you could come all the way up behind him and fuck him, and he had no idea. But get this, if you come over here and lay your ward right here, you'll see him whenever he's going back into his jungle, when he's walking out of it from this whole direction. He cannot gank Galio if Rengar comes from here, here, or here, because this ward will see all of it. So try not to ward that bush unless it's a pink ward, and you try to lay it closer to your wall because it's a little bit safer. All right, speeding through. You get Scuttle. I like it. His Gromp's probably up. I would take his Gromp right now. That's a smart ward, giving yourself a little bit of vision. Jarvan just needs to chill and try to catch as many minions as possible. Like I said, against Gnar, there's not much you can do. I don't know why Gnar doesn't have items. I don't know if the replay's bugging out. That's honestly kind of funny. So you get his Gromp. You're going to back off. How much gold do you have? You don't have enough for Tiamat at all, so you're going to have to keep farming camps. Can't really gank bot because it's shoving. So I'd still probably recommend the dragon. Speeding forward, I want to kind of get into a team fight. Whenever you see Rengar, whenever you're doing your camp like this, keep an eye out on the mini map. You saw Rengar over here, you should ping him like mad, and I assume you're on voice chat with your teammates since you guys are a ranked like silver or gold team or whatever. Now that Galio has shoved, going for this roam isn't bad, but it'd be better if Bard didn't see him. It's typically better to roam right when you kill, if Galio were to kill these minions and then leave, because he can back up, and then Bard can't see anything. But Bard's just standing here and watches them leave, so this roam's probably not going to be that productive. Let's see. Okay, Jarvan gets first blood on Gnar. Gnar didn't have items. Not too surprised how that panned out. Also, for your support, especially in a passive lane like this Zaya is not really pressuring you guys that much. You need to really keep an eye out on the minimap for Rengar. So even if there's just a little bit of vision here, whenever nothing's happening, try to keep your eye on the minimap as much as possible and ping it and say it for your teams, because it will really help out a lot. You go in on the Rengar, very smart. Warwick destroys Rengar extremely hard. Good job, well played. He was out of position, you guys had vision of him, you went in on him, you flashed, you queued through, and that was a great kill. Well played, you definitely earned that. Now that Rengar's dead, you could take his Raptors, but they're gone. Your best bet would probably be to take Scuttle and leave, or if Jarvan wasn't pushed, if Jarvan's lane was right here, from right here you can come and gank Gnar, but like I said, since it's pushed, there's not much you can do. Take a look at bot lane for a little bit. So you guys don't actually have to do anything. You don't have to feel pressure to get a kill in lane. Kog'Maw carries a million times harder than Varus. You're going to have way more range, way more damage, a lot more utility. All you have to do is just farm, stay alive without taking too much damage. You really shouldn't be walking up here. I know Rengar just died, but when you don't have vision of this, you shouldn't just walk up, especially when you're low on health, because you'll die. You have to be willing to give up a few CS. You just kept standing there, even though when they walked forward to pressure you, there's a low CS, so you lost way too much health. Whenever you're behind like this, you just have to be willing to give up 5-6 CS if that's what it takes, because you're too low on health. Alright, not much happening here. Warwick's got his Tiamat. Jarvan's doing great. Now, what I would recommend, since you are the jungler, you need to right now focus on lanes that are gankable. Warwick is all about his early game, so I would like to see you come gank a lane like this. Lay your pink ward towards the back of this tri-bush. That way it's more difficult for the enemies to break. If you were to lay it right here, they could just ward it and break it from standing right here with their range. So lay it back here. And your bot lane, you guys really on your first back. So right when you go to back, upcoming, make sure you buy a pink ward. That way Warwick can come and gank for free. Ganking from this side of the map is so easy because you just walk around and get them. And Galio doesn't have to do anything. Galio just keeps shoving in Bard. If you can outshove somebody on Galio, outshove them. Once you're level 6, go gank a lane like bot lane. Jarvan can keep doing what he's doing since he's already winning lane. I wouldn't really bother coming top unless Gnar's pushing Jarvan in, or you see Rengar also coming and you're trying to defend a dive. Okay, so you see Rengar bot, you activate W. Since you are already moving really fast at him, I wouldn't open up with your Q since this is warded. You saw him, you could have ran up, auto attack. Your Q has more range than your auto attack if you didn't know that. Run up, auto attack, and then Q through him. But good job on Qing through, good job on activating E. You get off fear. Your bot lane is pretty late to react actually. You guys need to move a little bit smoother than that. That should have been a kill, to be honest, because Rengar had no flash. You knew he didn't have flash. You really needed your bot lane to come faster. Now, Galio is 6, so you can just run in on them. And as long as Galio presses his R on you, you'll get massive damage reduction. Galio goes in, get the fear on him. After... That's tricky, man. So after Bard gets your teammates with his ultimate, now they're in stasis. So you don't want to run forward at this point because she had that much health. She had almost full health. He's low and he's getting away. You should have just ran this way and they wouldn't have been able to get you, but now you're going to die. Yep. Dogmaz says, yo, I'm going to fight. Good Galio ult. Well played. Warwick, like I said, you should have just backed off when the Bard ult came down. Focus a target. You're starting to get kited. Now you need to get out. You don't have any mana. Hopefully they don't kill you. Now, Bard doesn't really have any damage. He's just a Doran's Ring, so I would have kept running this way, but it's whatever. Might want to go for Varus at this point. You have the mana. Well, you gave it a good try. It's whatever. Now, Jarvan does have 2 kills. Is pretty fed. I wouldn't really come back bot right now. It feels like your bot lane's probably your weakest lane, to be honest. Either the players or they don't know their champions. So don't come bot lane, focus on your strongest lane at this point. Come top, I would gank, get level 6 as soon as possible, gank Gnar, get burst turret, then Jarvan can start roaming with you since he's the strongest person on your team. Galio can keep doing what he's doing, shoving in lane and then roaming. Bot lane just needs to do their best to stay alive. You and J4 need to get top turret together since Gnar is behind. It should be very simple. Even if Rengar comes since Gnar is behind, you should be able to win easily 2v2. You just really need level 6. I guess he didn't want to fight Rango there. Whatever. Galio, whenever your ult's up, I would probably come over here top lane. I would only come bot with my ult if they were getting dived. That's pretty much it. Like if they're under turret getting dived because your bot lane's too far behind. Just shove in lane to keep Bard from roaming. Alright, Jarvan gets another kill. You really need to be going top lane at this point. You guys should know as a team that Gnar's teleports down just by communicating. So you should be going top right now trying to get first turret. Since Gnar comes back in little form, you guys could even dive him if you're attacking it. If he walks up, you can just ult him. Then Jarvan goes in and he's dead like instantly. Bot lane, just stay alive. So Jarvan gets caught out of position a little bit here. And then you decide that, hey, I want to come in. Best case scenario, look at them. Both full HP, he's low. This is going to take at least 2 auto attacks and a Q to kill. By that time, you're going to pretty much be dead. So I honestly wouldn't go in on this. You're just going to be trading gold. Yeah. I just wouldn't have bothered with that. I would have stayed in my jungle. I would have came out here sooner. One thing you need to be paying attention, whenever your mid laner leaves like this, you need to be looking for where the enemy mid laner is. Whenever you saw he was missing, you should have been top sooner. Galio decided he was going to roam, and the wave's not even that pushed. It's kind of weird, but Galio is going to get off a good roam here, it looks like. Gets off taunt. Hopefully Kog'Maw gets the gold. Nice. There's really no point of walking back mid. Bard will be alive here. So by you walking back mid, you're wasting your own time, and Bard's just going to be there to defend the turret, so it's not like you can hit it. What you'd want to do in this situation is probably stay bot lane, shove it in, and get as much damage off on the turret as possible. Instead, you leave. Your bot lane decides they want to leave. I want to see some real team fights. I'm going to fast forward a lot more. Alright, your ultimate is up. I want to see you hover around. Getting first turret's really important. This one's already low. Plus Jarvan's ahead. Staying top is a no-brainer right now. Whenever you're waiting for the gank like this, like you want to gank top, Scuttle is a great option because it takes a little bit longer to clear than a normal camp. And it also keeps you in the area to gank the lane that you want to gank. Hey, Galio, like I said, you don't have to actually kill Bard. You're a lot more useful late game than he is. Bard mid's garbage pick. All you have to do is shove him in so he can't roam, and that's it. If you go in on him and you don't know where the enemy jungler is, that's bad, because you're probably not going to kill him anyways. Like, he's full health. There's no point in going in on him. And you're just putting yourself in danger for what? The reward's so little, getting off 100 extra damage by going in, or just shoving him out and not risking the enemy jungler. So they get on you, you should get out. Okay, Warwick misses ult, he spazzes out a little bit. Good fear, you do get the kill. Jarvan used teleport, so he either needs to walk up top and defend turret. That's not ideal. What I would suggest is for you and Jarvan to shove mid and try to get first turret. If you don't try to take a turret right now and just run bot lane, Nara's going to take the first turret, which is a lot of gold. You decide you want to gank bot lane. Nara's going to be, look at this, he's going to be grinding away at your turret. Jarvan comes in, ults. Before you guys do stuff like that and they're under turret, try to get a minion wave up with you. So like you saw, staying mid, taking turret, like I said, would have been the better option because you didn't have any minions ready over here. Dragon, not a bad option at this point. Good job. Now your ultimate is down. You decided to push mid, which was good since Galio went top. You were just pushing this out. Smart call. Okay, so I would auto him. Aw. That was good. I'd like to see you auto attack then Q on a Warwick, because your Q is like basically an auto attack resetter. Auto attack then Q. It also has more range than your auto attack, so once you hit them with your auto, they'll typically be out of range for you to hit them again with your next auto, but they're still in range for you to Q them. So keep that in mind. Take a look on bot lane. Okay, that's really bad. From where you died about right here. You shouldn't even have been up there. I understand you think, oh, I need to fight them. Kog'Maw is probably the strongest late game AD carry. In most situations, he's the strongest. So there's really no point going up to harass, especially when Varus ult is up and there's a Rengar, he can go invisible. So you just stay back, farm, play it safe. Also, you need to get vision over here. Whenever you guys pick your champions and champ select, you need to decide if you're an early, a mid, or a late game comp and play accordingly. You guys are obviously a late game composition, so you don't need to feel pressure to make overly aggressive decisions in the early game. Luckily, you guys do get first turret. This is something most people don't realize, is whenever you take, it won't actually show the stat here, which is stupid. Yeah, it doesn't show the stat. Basically, whenever you take first turret in a lane, or take a turret in general and you still have yours, your minions now have a pushing bonus, so they'll take less damage and do more damage to enemy minions. So you don't really have to come back here unless Nar's on your turret and is going to break it. Now you and Warwick should take this together because Nar's pinned over here. If the Bard and Rengar come to try to fuck with you, Galio can just ult. So taking Rift Herald right now is a no-brainer since Nar can't do anything about it. It's a game about numbers, and you just gotta look on the mini-map, see who's alive, and then you know if you have the numbers or not. Galio needs to be pushing mid. Yes. Okay, now that you have this, you have a couple of options. Bot lane shouldn't die unless they get ganked right now. If you guys really wanted to, you could stay top because Nar's really far behind and take this turret and force everybody to come to try to stop you. That would work, especially since your ultimate is up. Or if you guys feel more comfortable, you could come here and try to take this turret with the Herald. The reason why I don't like that option is because whenever it charges the turret, Bard can just ult the turret, so that'd be kind of messy. Or you could try to run all the way bot, but that'd be messy. So overall, I feel like your best option would be to take this turret since it's only Gnar. Bot lane's bot. Worst case scenario, it's Rengar, Bard, and Gnar, but Galio can just ult in and you guys will win since Gnar's so far behind and J4 is so fed. So you decide you want to take this mid. You need to be careful when you're doing that, by the way. If that Bard, the Bard just, I don't know what he just did. He just ulted the turret for some reason before your thing even charged. If he was smart, he would have ulted you when you were summoning it. Try to be a little bit more careful of that. That would have been bad because you'll lose it. If someone CCs you while you're summoning it, it's gone. He wastes his ult, so this will pay off. If he would have ulted turret while it was mid-charge, it wouldn't have taken any damage. Get the turret. Okay, now at this point, it's Rengar and Bard. There's no way you guys are going to be able to get this turret as well. So what I would recommend is you and Jarvan leaving right now, going bot lane, Galio can stay and kind of hover because his ultimate has like this much range. So if stuff does start to happen, he can just ult in anyways. And look, no one has to come over here to defend this because your minions still have pushing advantage, so they'll group up and out push his minions since you still have a turret here, giving your minions extra hidden bonus essentially. And Nar's leaving, so only if he is attacking it would you guys need to defend this. Herald goes in. There's really no point in staying here. Let's see what happens. Double stun. Yeah. There was really no point. Whenever it's 3v2 at this point in the game and they're under turret like this, there's really no point in trying to fight them like that. Should just try to done what I said. Okay, coming back from base, Varus overstayed. It looks like you're going to get off a good ult here. You Q through him, which was great. You dodged a lot of stuff. With Eon, I would have turned on to Xayah at that point. All of her plants were over here, and her Ignite was already down. There's no need for you to flash away. She had no damage left. I would have just turned on to her and start fucking her up. You could easily heal off of her after her Ignite was over. You get red. Now, Jarvan, there's no point in being here right now since you don't have a teammate with you. You can't take turret because if Nar's here, it's not like you can dive him. He'll just jump away. And if you do come up here and Nar's here, Rengar can come and just gank you. So, like I said, unless Nar's on this turret, you need to be roaming. Okay, so Nar's over here. There's really no point in you being top. Okay, so you end up killing Rengar, which is great. It was really stupid of him to die, especially if you look where he died. He died all the way over here, away from his turret. He's like not even in turret range at this point. Warwick's ultimate isn't up. We have the Galio teleport coming in. That was a smart engage. Gnar wasn't quite there yet. That was good. I would just let him be at that point. If he turns Super Gnar and gets off an ult, you guys are going to be done. Okay, I've been neglecting bot lane a lot. The reason is because in reality, they shouldn't even really be fighting. You guys just need to do your best to stay alive and get as much farm as possible. So you're up here by yourself and a bunch of enemies were missing. That was really dangerous. That could have turned out badly. Dragon's coming up right now. I'm not quite sure what Galio's doing. He should be keeping mid shoved. He should be staying around in this area and he can just ult the dragon. That ultimate's really good because you can just shove wave, ult to an objective if enemies try to contest. Right now, you and Jarvan need to be working your way bot and try to pick up this dragon. I'm not quite sure why Jarvan's teleporting mid. That was interesting. You guys push bot. You try to work your way to dragon. Okay, so now that the fight's broken out and you see the little Rengar thing. Okay, so I don't know how coordinated you guys are, but in reality, the only person who has to pill is Galio because he has a taunt, knock up, and his ultimate can keep Kog'Maw alive. And Lulu does need to pill as well. She needs to stay like right on top of him. That way, if Rengar ults her or Kog'Maw, her ultimate will knock him up. Keep that in mind, Lulu. Try to stay on top of the person that you want to ult. That way, the enemy will get knocked up, whether they're going on you or that person that you're ulting. And you and Galio need to do your best to pill. Warwick and Jarvan can engage, and you need to get closer to your team. So you shouldn't be over here. You should be keep shoot, move, shoot, move. Hopefully, Lulu will ult you. Okay, Lulu does ult you. Great ult by Warwick onto the Rengar. It is 5v3 now. Warwick, I'll just finish healing off of this or dragon, to be honest. Great fight, guys. It was a really good ultimate by Galio, great engage by Warwick and Jarvan, and a great Warwick kill. Lulu needs to be a little bit quicker on that ultimate, though. You really need to keep an eye on that. As the support, it's fine for you to do whatever you're doing. You're trying to get down your slow, your polymorph, whatever. But while you're doing this, keep a close eye on your ADC or whoever is about to get jumped. And you could see the Rengar little thing was hovering over him. So you should hover your cursor over him and get ready to ult. Dragon's down. Rift isn't up. Baron's coming up here pretty soon. You obviously can't take Baron unless several of them are dead. So Baron's not really in the cards right now unless you guys win another fight. So the common law is you want to take the outermost turret. Since you've taken this outermost turret and this one as well, you guys need to try to group bot lane and take this one. 3 of them are dead. You and Jarvan should come over here right now. 3 of them are dead, so should Galio, unless he's going to shove mid and take this turret. If any of them are trying to defend right now, Bard or Zyra, you can just kill them under turret. Kog'Maw overstays. You guys don't really come to take turret. Like I said, you don't really want to start working on this turret unless you have this one yet. This is kind of dangerous because their bot lane can rotate and you have no vision. Really bad situation. You see the enemies building up like this in the Rengar bot lane. I wouldn't bother trying to get that blue because with the Rengar bot lane, this is a really bad situation. If Bard comes as well, he's missing and ults the turret, which is almost dead anyways, they're completely fucked. Whenever you see them building up like this and you're all the way on this side of the map, don't do the buff. Just get your ass down here, especially when you're ahead. So they get the turret. Yeah, they're going to die now. Yep. You and Galio, instead of doing the buff, if you and Galio could have been over here by now. You walk in, it's too late. You guys are way too slow. Ult away. Jarvan's still top lane. I do not know why. Unless a teammate's with you this late into the game, 20 minutes on this turret. If he's under turret, what are you going to do? There's no point of you being here. You're fed. What you need to be doing right now is get the outermost turret. This turret's hard to get because look, you have no vision in this area because this turret's still up. Now, if this turret was missing, that's a different story because you guys could lay a ward here and you could be a lot safer trying to take this or solo Gnar. Okay, the enemies are still staying bot lane. Whenever you see them grouping up like this and just floating around, you need to try to work your way into that area. You are low in health though, so you're going back. Galio comes down. Did you use your teleport for that? That was interesting. Wow, so Jarvan actually just gets killed by the Gnar. That's very unfortunate. I'm honestly not surprised since he does have frozen mouth though. If he got a few autos on you and if you didn't turn immediately, he was definitely going to kill you. That's why I shouldn't be top. There's not much you could have done there anyways. You were basically just hoping he was going to make a big misplay and you could kill him. If he didn't make a misplay or just played normally, you weren't going to take the turret. Risky situation you're in right now. Looks like you want to kill Gnar. He overstays. Good Q. Great E. Good job. Alright. Good ultimate by Galio. Rengar way over chases. Lulu shouldn't be up this far with no vision. If she gets Bard ult, she's going to die. As a support, you never want to be in a situation where you're split pushing by yourself. Either you should be down here with Kog'Maw or Kog'Maw should be over here with you. You guys should never be on complete opposite sides of the map like this. This is really bad. Right now, with Bard alive, he could probably solo Kog'Maw, assuming he lands ult and the stun on his Q. That could be bad. So you should either be down here with Honestly, you and Jarvan should both be down here with Kog'Maw trying to get this outermost turret, and everyone else should be rotating as well. Now that Rengar is dead, you guys can't really pressure Baron since Kog'Maw was bot. If Kog'Maw was mid, you guys could probably pressure Baron, but since he's bot, like I said, outermost turret. Alright. Okay, thank God Jarvan came bot. We got turret now. We have this turret. We'd probably move on to this turret. Since Baron's up and this turret's the lowest on health, let's just shove out this wave real quick and all rotate mid. This is a really good team comp to force a fight because if Jarvan goes in, lands a knockup on really any of them, they're all fairly immobile. Galio can easily ult. As long as Lulu pills for Kog'Maw properly and you save your ult to pill for Kog'Maw, it'll be free as fuck. Okay, Jarvan goes in, really bad idea. Whenever all the enemies are missing and it's under a turret, you want to try to avoid that area whenever your teammates aren't with you. That was just really greedy. You got bored, so you did something very risky. As the person who has the most... I think you have the most gold. Yes. As the person who has the most gold on your team, it's your game to lose. If you lose the game when you have the most gold on your team, it's usually because you fuck up. Just like what you saw there. You have to play smart and stay focused. Now, Kog'Maw still shouldn't be down bot. He should be grouping. There's really no point of him farming jungle camps. You go in. I'm not quite sure why. You guys don't have Kog'Maw. You just need to wait. Kog'Maw's finally coming up. Lulu, get ready to pill. You guys are technically fighting 4v4 right now, but 5 of them are alive. So this is actually kind of risky. Plus, whenever the person with most gold on your team, most fed, dies, you probably shouldn't be fighting. See how it turns out. Get the kill on Varus. Good job. Fear. Try to stay with these two. Okay. Alright. Yep. You guys played that fight decently well, considering it was a 4v5, but I will say you shouldn't have fought that fight to begin with. You're already ahead. You don't want to trade gold. If you have 3,000 more gold than them, and if you trade gold with them, not only will they get bounties on you, but you're diluting your gold lead because they're getting a lot of gold as well. You don't want to do that. So whenever it was 4v5, you shouldn't have engaged here. You should have just backed off and waited for the Jarvan spawn, then pushed up, shoved mid, take dragon. Never force fights where there's more of them than you. Alright, Jarvan's on dragon. It's gonna get it. Kog'Maw, oh Jesus Christ. Stop going bot lane by yourself. This is really stupid, especially since they have an assassin Rengar. He could blow you up instantly. And they also have a Bard. So if Bard just ults you and one of them comes to get you, you're gonna die. You really need to stop split pushing. As Kog'Maw, if you want to split push, you should be a top laner and play Tryndamere or Nasus. But if you're gonna play Kog'Maw, after you have this outer turret, you have to group with your team. You guys get the turret. You saw Gnar top and Zyra bot, so it wasn't too risky, but you definitely need to back off now. Get ready to pill for... No, never do that. Don't use your E preemptively there, because theoretically, if Bard and all of them are ready to go in on you, and you use it like this, Rengar can just wait till your E wears off. Like that. Now, look. Now he can go in and you have nothing. Okay, good ultimate. Well done. Lulu ults you. Kog'Maw still split pushing. Good focus. You guys had fairly good focus there. Jarvan went in on the right targets and you got a good ultimate without getting Bard ulted there. You guys really need the Kog'Maw. You're kind of playing 4v5. Lulu. Alright. Yeah, Lulu's going to go down. Should be able to get this kill. Nice. Alright, if Warwick was still alive, I would recommend Baron because Warwick's so tanky and has smite. But since Jarvan's low and you have no Warwick or ADC, like if Kog'Maw was... Let's pretend for a moment that Kog'Maw grouped with his team. If Kog'Maw was here, all 5 of them are dead. Kog'Maw was here, you guys could have definitely done Baron right now. You split pushing bot lane and forcing your team to fight 4v5 and risking your own life because if Bard or Rengar comes to get you, they're going to kill you for free. And getting one turret for all that risk is not worth it. Not only would you guys have won the fight with probably none of you dying, you also would have gotten a Baron. Now, I'm not trying to hate on you, but I'm just saying you really need to group with your team. Okay, your Warwick build, you got the Thornmail. I probably wouldn't have built the full Thornmail to be honest. Just go for the Bramble Vest because look at their team. It's mostly people who are going to jump in on one of your carries. So the Bramble Vest is just going to make it to where they can't lifesteal off of you. So go for the Bramble Vest since you have a hyper carry ADC. You could go for Locket or Knight's Vow at that point. This game's starting to drag out. Good ultimate onto Bard. Very good. He's out of position. And your teammates followed you up on it. Kog'Maw, once again, you're still out by yourself here. Look at where your team is. They're all together. That's honestly the biggest thing I'm noticing right now. Is you guys have forced a few fights whenever like Jarvan was dead, Kog'Maw was bot, you forced a few fights. You just really got to fight when you're all together, or if one of them is way out of position, you can kill them instantly. That's one thing. Why are you guys all walking up here when you have one minion? What are you guys gonna do? So look, boop, and now what? Now you just run away. Now Zyra doesn't have ult now, so you might actually be able to fight. But next time, don't walk up and take turret aggro and shit for no reason. That was kind of funny. You guys actually should have been taking the inhibitor. You killed Bard mid lane. After you get a kill every time, you need to think, can we take Dragon? There's no Dragon. The answer is no. Can we take Baron? 4 of them are still alive, so it's too risky. The answer is no. Is there an open inhibitor? Yes. Then you take it. Okay, Lulu, don't be over here. Your job isn't to try to push people off of your team or assassinate people 1v1. Your job is to stay behind your team for the most part. Shield, ult, and polymorph enemies whenever they jump in on your carries. So you really shouldn't be over here. Just stay with your team. Now, what I would like to see right now is, since Bard just spawned in, I don't like flankers. If somebody's flanking you and you guys are ahead, you need to put that little turret in his place. What should happen right now is Jarvan should knock up ult and Galio should probably ult. If you guys, even if you waste Warwick, Galio, and Jarvan all are Gnar, as long as you kill him, it'll be worth it and you could easily fight them 5v4 at that point. But now that he's behind you, if he gets up his Fury and then uses his ultimate, you guys could be screwed. Okay, so Lulu still... Alright, so Lulu's still battling Gnar. They're having a battle to the death. Like I said, stay with your team. Your teammates are engaging. You're gonna probably die, I assume. Okay, pill for Kog'Maw. Good job. So the main thing in that fight is you guys have a lot of engage with Warwick, Jarvan, Galio. You decided you didn't want to kill the flanker. You just wanted to engage them head on and let the flanker do nothing, which is okay as long as you engage on them hard like you did. In that situation, say back off, group with the team. Lulu really needed to come with you guys. If she would have done anything over here, it would have made it a lot easier. But she was tussling it out with the Gnar. Now I just take inhibitor and... I guess you guys could probably end the game. Yeah, just end the game. 2 of them are dead. If you guys were all really low on health, let's say every single one of you was half health or less, since there are 3 of them up, you could just go and take Baron, since 2 of them are dead. But since you guys all have plenty of health, you guys could easily just end. Alright. Okay. I'm going to talk about a few of the biggest things I saw, a few things to work on, and some things to think about. Okay, the first thing is I liked how Galio was shoving early game. That was very good. If your jungler is going to do a solo invade, though, you need to be standing up here no later than 130. The closer you are to this turret where the enemy mid laner could see you, he's most likely going to stay there because it's just instinct post up to your enemy. You should have been here, applied 0 pressure, so early game, Bard walked over here, fucked your jungler's invade. That was unfortunate. Top lane did an amazing job beating Gnar. Gnar didn't buy items. He's kind of retarded. Good job on Jarvan. However, Jarvan, whenever you get the first turret, stop coming back top lane unless you have Herald. You don't want to come back top lane because if they're under turret, unless you're a Nasus or a Tryndamere, guess what? You can't really get them. So that happened. You kept coming back here. You kept coming back, and Gnar actually ended up killing you, which is really funny. And the thing that sucks about that is you had the most gold on your team, the most damage, and you weren't using it. You needed to be over here getting their outermost turret bot lane. That would have gotten you guys a lot more gold and a lot more team gold and pressure. Now with the bot lane, with the Kog'Maw and Lulu, there's going to be a lot of matchups where you're going to lose early game. And when I say lose, I don't mean die. I just mean you're going to get out-farmed by 10 or 15 CS, which isn't a big deal. Whenever that happens and you walk up to hit a CS and both enemies walk up and you know they're going to fuck you, don't take the CS, just back up. Sometimes you have to give up a CS. If you're going up to hit a CS and now one of them walk up to hit you, then sure, take it for free. But if they both post up and they're like, yo, what are you going to do? Don't take the minion because you're going to get wrecked. You don't want to do that. Otherwise, once you actually did go in a fight, it looked like Kog'Maw played it right. Lulu, you have a really weird habit of trying to 1v1 people. Like I saw here with the Gnar, and there's a few other fights where you post off and try to 1v1 people rather than focusing on pilling with your teammates. Primarily pilling Kog'Maw should be your main job. Warwick, there was a few fights he forced. I know for a fact there was one here mid lane when I believe Kog'Maw was split pushing or Jarvan was dead, where you engaged anyways. It was a 4v5, all the enemies were full HP. I understand you guys are ahead, but it was a 4v5 past 20 minutes into the game, and it obviously turned out very poorly. You guys traded a lot of gold with them, which is bad when you're ahead. You do not want to trade gold when you're ahead. I'm a Warwick player, so I know it's really easy to get excited whenever you are ahead and your ultimate is up. It's really easy to get excited. Make sure before you do something like engage, you analyze the situation and make sure it's the right choice. For example, if you would have analyzed it, you would have been like, oh, this is a 4v5. We don't want to do this. And then it would have been different. Galio, like I said, good job pushing. Your ultimates were, in general, pretty good. You had some good ults. I liked how you just shoved out mid, kept Bard from roaming. It was very good. There was one time here mid lane where Bard was like full HP anyways, and for some reason you tried to dash on him and fuck him up. You know you can't one-shot him. You're not a Syndra. You can't one-shot people. So if he has full health, there's no point going in on him. Now, you can throw out your tornado if you want and try to poke him down so you can build up to one-shotting him. But in this situation, just shove out mid because you ended up going in on him without knowing who the enemy jungler was, especially near a bush. Rengar comes out, you almost died, I believe. And it was just a bad situation. Whenever you guys have the late game team comp, you don't need to do brash, extremely risky, low reward moves like that. League of Legends is all about turrets because you've got to break turrets and inhibitors to end the game, which is what it's about. It's about the wins. So whenever you're dealing with turrets, they give your team a lot of gold, especially first turret. Warwick in the early game and mid game, it's fine for you. Warwick, whenever a laner gets really far ahead like Jarvan, try to go there and get first turret with him. It'll get your whole team ahead, and then you and Jarvan could go gank your bot lane, for example. That would be the best bet. Like I said, whenever you're dealing with turrets, you want to get the outermost turrets first. So whenever you had top turret down, mid turret down, and bot turret was still up, stop going here and here to try to break the next turret in top and mid lane. Get the bottommost outer turret because that's the safest and smartest thing to do. Team fighting looked fine since you guys had heavy engage. You could get away with aggressive engages with the Warwick, Jarvan, and Galio. Lulu, like I said, stay focused in a team fight on peeling for your teammates rather than posting up and trying to fight people 1v1. And that's pretty much all I have to say. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to smack that like button, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out immensely. My name is KingStix. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.